Hey everybody, welcome to Total Strength. My name is Maureen. Total Strength is a toe to head total strength workout. And today I got the toys out. The toys that I have today are an optional step or bench. If you have one of these at home, some people do, some people don't, go ahead and grab that. If you don't, not a problem. We're just going to be doing some things where if you have that bench, it just adds a little bit more stability to the workout, more stability through the core. I also have, just for fun, because I love them, one kettlebell. Again, it is optional. In fact, any weight that I'm using, it is optional because we try to do moves that you can do with or without weights, depending on what you have at home. If you do not have a kettlebell, but you have a higher weight, higher hand weight, go ahead and grab like the biggest hand weight that you have for what we're going to be doing with the kettlebell. I'm going to get started. I'm going to move my bench aside because we're not using that quite yet. So I'm just going to move it aside, out of the way, start the music, and we will get warmed up and going. All right, so with anything that we are doing, make sure that you listen to your body, your today body, and what it is asking of you and what you have access to today. Let's take a big breath in through the nose and blow out through the mouth, using this time to check in and figure out what it is that your body's asking of you. Let's do this one more time. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's set the shoulders, bring them up, back, and down. Right away, stout out wide and reach across the body. Toe tap, just side to side. Let's add rotation. Rotate at the hip and the waist. Blow your air out. All right, let's get the heart rate just up, just a tad. Bring the arms up overhead. All right, let's get a little more blood flow to the legs, coming down and up as you're reaching up overhead. If you are not ready for your heart rate to go up, keep the arms down right here. All right, stay here. 4 more. 3, 2, step in, arms in, legs in, step it side to side. Breath in, blow out through the mouth. So what are we doing, you might be asking? Doing what looks like a little bit of cardio. I just like to get the heart rate up a little bit so the blood heads to our large muscle groups. And then we're going to loosen up our joints, get everything moving really well. All right, a couple more like this. Then march it out. Right leg lead. Big breath in. Tap back. Engage the core. You're hinged forward with a flat back. Reach arms in front. All right, now let's bring that mind, body together with a double tap. Out, in, back in, out, in. Pause, out, in, pause, out, in, pause. Couple more like this. Now let's make that bigger. Make it a lunge. Just small lunge. You're not driving your back knee down to the floor quite yet. Just stepping back with a little bend in that back knee. Couple more, one each side. Last one, now step it out. Right and left. Add rotation. Add arms. Punch in front or cross. 4, 3, 2, now let's get our core. Double it up. Other side. Again. One more. Single it out. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back to the center. March it out. Step it out wide. And rotate side to side. Tap your toe. Engage the waist. Stay here. 4, 3, 2. Last set. Then march it out. Right leg, left leg, doesn't matter. All right, let's bring those arms to swimming arms, loosening up the shoulder joints. Keep the feet moving. You don't have to be marching, just keep the feet moving. Now reverse. And pause right here, step it out a little bit wider. Knees are soft, toes come out, hips come out, external rotation. Come down and up. As you lift, squeeze your inner legs and blow your air out. Right there. We're going to pulse it. Pulse. 2, 3, squeeze in. Pulse. 2, 3, again. Pulse. 2, 3, bring it in. One more. Now hold here and squeeze. So you're never coming all the way down or all the way up. You're using your inner legs. Hands can do whatever you need them to do, but just know where they are. All right, we're gonna add them in. Arms come down, or arms come out as we come up. Right there. Engaging the outer deltoid right here. So you don't even need to have weights in your hands to engage those muscles. All right, are you starting to feel those inner thighs or your hips? Again, don't need weights. All right, we're gonna come up and hold it. There's a little bit of a bend, and arms come up and pulse it. Pulse up, lift, lift, lift. Squeeze your navel to the spine. Stay here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your arms up if you can. Walk your feet in. Hold right here. Good posture. And open up, come forward, up and forward. Everything is happening at the shoulder joints. So I'm not moving my whole arm except for that rotation. All right, we're gonna push back. Push. 2, 3, bring it down. Come back, push. 2, 3, bring it down, lift up, push. 2, 3, couple more like this. Are you starting to feel the backs of your shoulders? I hope so. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. I lost count. We have to do one more. Then hold right here. So now we're not rotating. You're opening up to push back. Open, push. Here's what I want you to watch. Don't push the chest out. It's opening from the shoulder. All right, here comes some pulses. Pulse, 2, 3, release. Squeeze, 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 release, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Couple more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more. Really working the upper part of the back. All right, come out wide. Again, no weights. We're gonna drive the elbows back here toward the lower lats. Down, down. So drive those elbows. And what I want you to think about is keeping your chest open but not popped out. Staying in good posture. All right, add that squeeze. So drive those elbows right there. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, we're already in a good squat position. Toes are forward, hips are neutral. Go right away into just a regular squat, but there's a lot going on with a squat. Here's what I want you to think about. You're initiating from the hips. You're reaching your butt back like you were gonna sit into a chair. Your knees come after, so don't drop down into your knees. Always initiate at the hips. Now let's take a peek down, making sure that when you look down and you're in that squat that you can see your toes. A couple more things. I want your heart out toward me, so not hinging forward. However, if you find that you can't help but hinge forward, all that probably means is that you just need to strengthen your abdominal muscles right there. Not a problem. That's why we're here. We'll get better every time. All right, shoulders down away from the ears. Let's pulse it. Stay down. All those things in mind. That the squat is a really good full body exercise. All right, let's add some bicep curls. You can grab small weights if you want, or just stay here. Every time you're coming up, you're crunching at the bicep. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it up, shake it out, and blow your air out. Now we're gonna grab some weights. First, I'm gonna grab some water. I'm grabbing, for me, medium weights. Use what you have. For this move, we're gonna do some flies with some small lunges. So they're not the full leg back and driving down. It's a small lunge with some flies. So what I want you to think about with the weight is a weight that you can control and be challenged. All right, so safely pick up your weights. We're gonna keep them down to start. Let's work on that little lunge. And I say little because we're not doing that full lunge. So we're stepping in, knee drives down and comes back up, step it back. Come out, drive down, and come back right there. So what you are working is the quad, the glute, and up here, when you are pushing back, think about pushing through the foot to bring yourself back. We're gonna add the fly in that. So it looks like this. So you're down, fly it up, come down, return. Down, fly, and return. So upper body is gonna hinge forward a little bit, then lift those arms out to the side. Blow your air out right there. You want a little more? Lift the knee as you come back. That will work the core just a little bit more. I'm doing good today because it's that time of week where I've taught a bunch of classes, so I'm not going to be lifting my knee, but you can. All right, let's do a couple more if you need more. All right, last one, and shake it out. So we got strength and possibly a little heart rate going up there. We're going to come to the other side. Let's just check out the landscape. So stepping out and stepping in, feeling what that feels like with the arms down before we add the arms. Checking in with our stability, and then we're gonna add arms right here. It's down, fly, return. Remember, push through that front foot. And if you want more, you can add that knee, which I will not be doing. All right, but you can, because sometimes you're gonna need to do more than I'm doing, sometimes what I'm doing, and sometimes you're gonna need to dial it back. All right, let's do a few more right here. Last one, and shake it out. I guess a few is 3. We did 2. All right, we are gonna set these weights down. We might come back to that fly. Safely set your weights down. I'm gonna grab some water. It's a little bit dry in here. And we're gonna move into our kettlebell swing. It is gonna be a single arm swing today. I'm gonna show you a couple things. So, I got my kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell at home, not a problem. Grab a weight that you can hold the end with one hand safely, either here. Well, actually, since we're doing one hand, hold it one hand at the end of the handle, okay? So what our single arm swing looks like is you're gonna do that swing lift up just on one side. What I want you to think about though is you are not lifting your arm. That is a different thing. You are thrusting forward with your hips and your quads. What you end up working is that whole inner leg, your glutes, your quads, your hips, everything's going on. You got that kettlebell, it just adds a little more instability that also adds a little more work to the core. So we're gonna come down, safely pick this up and start swinging it up in front. Add that, push through the hips. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And at the end, where it swings like that, the reason that it swung like that is an indication that instead of lifting my arms, I was using my lower body to thrust up, and that's what got that kettlebell up, that momentum. All right, let's hit the other side. So you can do that with the weight. Let's lift it up, get momentum going wherever you are, and then thrust and bring that weight or kettlebell straight up. We got 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Flat back, bring it down, let it swing, and release. Let's shake it out. And a little bonus with kettlebell work is your heart rate goes up. So you might as well get a little extra in there. All right, we are gonna do a squat with a pickup. I'm gonna grab my bench. Grab yours if you're working with one. If you do not have a bench, that is not a problem. What I want you to do is bring either a weight on the heavier side or a kettlebell to either the bench or the floor in front of you, and step out really nice and wide. So we're gonna come down into a squat, reach down toward the floor and pick up that weight, set it down and come up. Here is what is happening though at the side. So my back stays flat as I squat down, so I'm not rounding over to pick up that weight. We want everything coming through the legs as you come down, pick up, and come up. And actually, don't set that weight down. Just come back down, up and down. Set it up, pick up that weight, hold here, and come down. You can come to the floor or part way down to the floor, or if you have that bench that's a little bit closer, just tap it down on the bench. And your knees are gonna go out toward the side, keeping that flat back. All right, going as low as you can and tapping it out. Right there. Arms stay straight. There's a little micro bend in the elbows. And as your knees go out, take the inner leg that's right by the kneecap and just push out just a little more so your knees don't come in. All right, we're gonna come down and pulse it. 2, 3, lift up, pulse. 2, 3, lift up, pulse. 2, 3, last one, and bring it up, step it in, set that weight or kettlebell aside. We're gonna use the bench again, but not quite yet. Set it aside or just make some space. We are gonna do some deadlifts. So grab the heaviest weights that you have handy and safely pick them up, bringing your feet together as close as you can bring them. So they don't have to be touching. If you bring your feet together and you start feeling unstable, step out just a little bit. If you can bring your feet together, great. All right, flat back, arms are forward, knees have a little micro bend. We're gonna come down, pull open, bring it down, and come up. So here's what is happening. We are using the hamstrings, the glutes, and then all of the muscles all in the back, the upper back and the shoulders to open up. Keep that back flat and not rounded. Let's do a set of 10. Arms are forward, come down, open it up. Here's the last thing to think about. Your neck is part of your spine, so bring your head and neck in alignment. Blow out your air right there. And as you're coming up, think about squeezing through your hamstrings and squeezing your butt every time. Squeeze right there. I have no idea at this point how many we did, but it seems to me that a good number to finish this out would be 6, 5, because I'm always looking to do, for this kind of thing, maybe 12 to 20 reps. I think we just got 3 more, maybe 2 more, who knows. Last one. I bet somebody out there knows. Hand release. Set your weights down. Grab some water. and we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna do a compound movement with weights and doing squat with overhead press. I'm gonna do a medium weight to start, just so that I have that full control through the quads, or I say the wrong word, through the lower back, so that I'm not arching my back as I go up. But you do what is right for you. And grab your weights. All right, we're gonna stud it out with our feet slightly out past the hips. Toes are forward. Let's bring our shoulders in alignment. So bring them up, back, and down. Initiating at the hips, come down to a squat, down to the knees, then bring it up. Let's add on. Down, up, push up overhead. And the other reason that I'm doing this with a little bit lower weight than perhaps I would normally do for an overhead press is I'm going to be adding on, and we'll have more movements going on with this compound move and the overhead press. And I want to make sure that I've parceled my energy and have the energy to finish it out. All right, let's do 3 more like this. Blow your air out as you lift, and keeping your shoulders away from the ears. Here comes the last one. Bring it up, bring it down, and bring it down. Just shake everything out. Shake out the knees, hold this position. Soft knees. We're gonna come to bicep curl, push up overhead, tricep, push up, come all the way down. So we're gonna smooth that out and make it a little bit quicker, but those are the movements. So pick out that right weight for you that you're able to come through. Do bicep, overhead, tricep, push up, and come back down a bunch of times. All right, here we go. So it's crunch, push, tricep, and bring it down all the way. Up, push. So we're gonna do a few of these. Check in, do you have the right weight for all of these movements right now? And every time you got a contraction going on, you're blowing your air out right there. So really paying attention to all the things. Now with this lighter weight, I'm having to really think about controlling the swing, and that right there adds a little challenge. All right, we're gonna add on and bring that squat in on the game. Here we go. We're down, lift, push, tricep. So adding a squat at the beginning, controlling this move all the way, getting a whole bunch done in one workout. Let's do a few more. Right there. 2 more. Here comes our last one. All right, we're gonna hold here. So here comes the challenge. Triceps, you can have your arms not, or your hands not touching, or if you want, you can cross and bring them together. So you find that right way. We're gonna bring our triceps down and push. Keep those elbows forward. We're gonna add a little pulse at the top. Come up, pulse. 2, 3, bring it down. Pulse. 2, 3, bring it down. Couple more, pulse. 2, 3, 1 more. Pulse. 2, 3, and bring it all the way down. Set those weights down and check in. Grab water if you want. Check in. How are you doing? Let's rotate through the wrists and reverse. Give a little release to the tricep. Give yourself a pat on the back. A little bit of a lift right there, and switch it out. Give yourself a pat on the back and release. Let's release the biceps a little bit. Open up the arms, thumbs start up, roll forward, and then rotate so that your thumbs face behind you. Open up and then push forward, palms facing out, fingertips down, and shake everything out and release. Okay, we are going to do just a few regular old lunges. We're going to do front lunges. If you want, you can have weights and lift out to the side. I will show you what that looks like. Again, I'm going to do my medium weights today because since I'm moving and doing this as a compound move, I'm going to be a little less stable. So you're going to come forward into this front lunge, bring it down, and come back. Just hang on to those weights, come forward, and bring it down, and come up. So this is a bigger lunge than what we were doing when we did the flies before. Let me say really quick. So this time as we come out, if you want to do that arm lift, you're out to the side and you're working your deltoids. When we were coming in before like this and flying, you are working a different part. If you do not stand up straight and you're hinged forward, you're going to be back to a fly. So just know that. Let's go. So you're going to come down, lift, down, come back, go forward, down, lift, down, go forward. Again, you can do this without weights if you like. Pause here. Check in with the knees. You got that knee over the ankle, back knee's driving, lift, bring it back. All right, let's do a bunch of these. I think we got it. Everything squared forward. Hips are forward, toes are forward, standing up tall. Blow your air out right there. We're going to do 3 more sets. So 3 more times through alternating the legs. That was 1 set. Second set. Stay low with that back knee being the driver. Last set. Last time through, and release. Shake it out. Blow your air out. Kick your legs out. All right, feet are forward. Toes are forward. Knees are soft. Hinge, and bring your arms down. Drive your elbows back. Right there. Flat back. Little bend in the knees. Driving straight back. Make sure you have that hinge and you're supporting your back with your abdominal muscles. All right, we got 4, 3, 2, last 1, and bring it up. Set these weights down, grab water, and grab a heavy weight. We're gonna do some wood choppers. I guess reverse wood choppers. So we're gonna bring that weight up. I'm going to grab some water and grab the heavier of my weights. We're going to start down at the side in a wide stance. As you rotate up, the toe and the hip are going to internally rotate. I should rephrase that. You're internally rotating at the hip, so your toe will be facing in. You're going to bring your weight up with momentum and bring it down. When you come down, do just a little bit of a side lunge. So bring it up, down, up, down. So get that momentum. Blow your air out right there. Lift. So a nice heavy weight because you can use momentum to get it up there. Working your hips, your obliques. Blow your air out right there. Using your abs and not just your shoulders. Get momentum. 3, 2, 1, and bring it in. Shake it out. All right, other side. So set it up. Bring that weight down. Get that rotation in. That's that positioning. When you come back, you do that hinge and turn and rotate. Let's go. So start it out slow. Get the feel of it. It may feel different on either side. Feel that air coming out. Don't worry, I won't blow into the mic every time. I just want to demo what that's like. So hinging, coming into that side lunge. Okay, 3 more. 3, 2, here comes that last one. And let's set that weight down. All right, we're coming into where we need this bench. Well, need is strong, where I'm gonna use the bench. If you don't have one, not a problem. You're going to come into a hover. I'm going to show it from the side. And what I want you to think about is when we come into our hands, that you are over your arm or your wrists enough that your shoulders don't migrate back, so that you've got that good support. We're going to come in and we're going to hover right here. So I start out in tabletop, set up my shoulders over my wrists. Then I lift up, hovering the knees. Bring the elbows down, and you can hold right here if you want. It's sort of a modified plank. Engage your abs. We're going to hold here, rotate and lift, come back to the center, and rotate and lift. I'm going to turn it so that you can see it from the front as well. Now you can do this without a bench. You can do all the same things without a bench. The benefit to the bench by having that little bit of lift is it just gives a little bit more support through the shoulders. All right, let's get this in. So set it up. Whether you're on a bench or not, you are hovering, and then you're going to bend the elbows. Rotate, arm comes up, engage the core, come back to the center, and set it up. Other side, rotate, arm comes up, come back to the center, and rotate, come back to the center. All right, I'm going to show a little add-on that you can do. You can rotate, bring your leg out, you're still hovering, come back to the center. Rotate, thread that leg through, come back to the center. You do this, and your heart rate is going to go up a little bit. All right, let's do a set of 4. 2 more. Here comes that last one. And release. Bring it down. Roll everything out. Shake it out. That was it. We're going to do another set of those, believe it or not. So just kind of catch your breath. I'm going to grab some water, and we're going to do that again. So let's set it up. Your arms are going to be, or your hands, are going to be about shoulder distance apart. Come forward just a little bit. Fingers are spread out. Bring that head and neck in alignment. Lift up the knees using the core so you're hovering. Hold right here. And rotate. Come back to the center. Hold. And rotate. Every time you come back, do a reset, making sure that your wrists are underneath the shoulders. Let's add on, if you want, threading that leg through. Thread so that we're getting more ab. One more this side, and then we're going to do a set of 4. So this is 4, 3, breathing in through the nose, 2, and out through the mouth. Last one, come back to the center, hover, drop the knees down, bring it back, and release. And as long as we are down here, let's stay. Maybe you're going, yay, she's staying. Let's get rid of this bench if you are working with a bench. And now we're going to bring in our mat. Coming back into some more plank type work. So set up your mat, and we are going to come into a front plank. And whatever level you are, if you are in either on your knees or on your toes, you're still going to be wide. And this is what I mean. So on my knees, I'm right here in my plank, and my knees are out wide. And if I'm up tall, my feet are still out wide. All right, wherever you are, hold this really good and strong. And we're going to rotate to side plank and come back to the center, reset, and rotate to the other side, come back to center, and reset. So nice and slow. So every time you're coming back, you are doing a reset. And if you are on your knees, you are still coming side to side. I bring up my knee, when I come to the side. But that base position is that knee plank. All right, we're gonna do a few more like this. Nice, slow, and controlled movements. Let's do one more. Come back to the center, hold that reset position. If you're on your toes, drop down to your knees, and then everybody come into a child's pose. Making sure you let your air out. Maybe you were holding your breath. And release. All right, we're gonna do just a little bit more in the quads, but we can do this on the floor, sitting up tall and straight. Legs come up, straight out. Toes are up. And find that good, straight, tall posture position. We can do this with a weight. I will show you how you can add a little challenge. But the first thing that you're gonna do is bring your hands behind just for a little support. You may find, if you're strong enough in the core, that you'll take the hands out, but start with your fingertips behind, and you're gonna lift without going back too far. You're gonna lift up and bring your leg over, up, and down. Other side, you're gonna lift, up and over. This is all coming from the quad. I'm gonna turn slightly to the side. So you're using this muscle right here. If you start feeling this coming more in the hip flexor, then do come back a little bit, making sure the shoulders are out of the ears, just so you get that support. So you're gonna lift up and over and down, really working on getting that quad activated. If you want more, you can, instead of lifting up and over your leg, you can put a weight there so you have something higher to lift over and lift up and over, right there. Just keep it to one leg, it'll be a little bit easier, and then switch it halfway. So I'm gonna tell you when it's halfway. So let's do a set. Set up where you wanna be, bringing your hands behind you, wherever you are, so that you can engage your quads. All right, we're gonna do a set of 8, 7. So one set is each leg coming up and over. This is number 5. So if you are using that weight, here is that halfway point, and you're going to switch which leg is working. Last set of 4. Sitting up tall. 3. 2. And see it through all the way. Be strong at the end, just like you were at the beginning, and release. We are going to right away stretch out our quads. So come into this kind of figure 4 position. Roll through, give a little stretch through the quad, through the hip flexor. And come to the other side. Right here. And release. All right, we're going to flip it onto our back. Just a few bridges for a little more glute, back, and hip stability. So come on back. We're going to go into our bridge position. There's an orange or grapefruit right between the chin and the chest. Our feet are hip distance apart, knees straight up toward the ceiling. Take a breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out, roll your spine down to the floor. Take another breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out, push through the glutes, push your hips up toward the ceiling, and stay right here. Hold here, and lift, lower, lift, and lower. Every time you're lifting, squeeze the glutes. So try to not have this coming from your lower back. It's coming from the glutes and the hamstrings. Up, release, up, release. A couple more. Last one, hold it right here. Now your legs are in parallel, squeeze in, bring them in, back to parallel, in. Holding your glutes tight, your abs tight. Squeeze inner legs right there. We got 4, 3, 2, here comes our last one. Hold it right there, squeeze everything, hold everything really tight. Open the legs back to parallel. Take a breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out through the mouth, roll down one vertebra at a time. The tailbone is the last to come down, and release. Bring one knee in toward the chest, and the other knee, bring your head up toward your knees. Hold here, and release. We're going to bring both feet down, stretch out, flex the feet, heels to one end of the room, bring the arms straight out and fingertips to the other. Take a breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out, see if you can reach a longer stretch through both the feet and all the way to the tips of the fingers. And release. All right, we're going to come up, so flex the feet, bring the navel to the spine, chin to the chest, and roll up nice and slow in that C-curve position, finishing out, sitting up tall, and then flat back, hinge forward, then roll forward, holding the bottoms of the toes or just holding in front, chin to the chest, unfurl, coming and sitting up tall, breath in, breath out, and release. We're going to cross the legs in front, so staying in this seated position to begin with the cool down. Take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and rotate to one side. Turn your head a little bit further, looking over your shoulder. Bring your head back, and then rotate back to the center. Cross your legs the other way and turn the other direction. So coming all the way around. First your head is to the side, and then you're going to turn your head back over your shoulder, and back to the side, back to the center, and release. We're going to come into tabletop position. Just hold right here. Bring the navel into the spine and round the back. Come back to flat back. Again, round the back, tucking the pelvis in, and come back to flat back. One more time. Rounding the back, squeezing the navel in, lifting up through the rib cage, and bring it back. Push back into your heels. Toes are rolled under. Push back a little further, lifting the knees up, letting your heels hover over the floor. Hands can be flat on the floor or fingertips, but you're going to lift up, then drop the heels down. Your knees can be bent or straight. If your legs are straight, do have a little micro bend in the knees. Lift up and just let your body swing a little bit from side to side, feeling that opening up through the lower spine. And then come back to the center. Bring the hands toward the feet and walk them up the front of the legs. Nice and slow, bring the chin to the chest, unfurling the spine, rolling up, head and neck coming up last. Coming to good posture position with toes forward, knees slightly bent, pelvis in neutral. Bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Nod yes. Taking those breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Coming back to head and neck at center. Nod no. Turn your head. One more this side. Turn to the other side. Come back to the center. Turn your head to one side, looking over the shoulder. Drop your chin to the chest, roll down just to the center, and come back up. Turning to the other side, bringing that chin toward the shoulder. Drop the chin down, roll in front, and come back up. One more time each side. Turn, draw a little smile in the front, come back up, turn, and come back to the center, and come back up. Let's bring good energy in and stretching out through the sides, up overhead. And on your way down, grab your imaginary ball, stepping out and do a final flow and release. And come back to the center, bringing the feet back to that good posture position, taking a big breath in through the nose and pushing out one more time. Big breath in through the nose and bring the hands up to the top, opening up your chest, opening up your heart, and thanking your body for what it has done for you today. I thank you for working out with me. My name is Maureen. This has been Total Strength, and if you liked this, we have more classes on our website at ymcamn.org. We're putting out about 35 classes a week, and we also have hundreds of on-demand videos as well. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.